We are here to bring a new type of news show.
New insights, new styles, and new topics every day. We are News Generation.
Bring news just for you. It's Friday, July 12th here in Seoul. I'm Song Yujin and you're watching News Generation. Today we're joined by Im Sang-hyuk.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. And we actually have a new panelist joining us today. He is Ki Kim.
Hello, my name is Ki Kim and I've been in this very building for 19 years, doing a lot of different TV shows, voiceover, and currently I do the news for the radio.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Now, both are here to speak on behalf of those in their 20s and 30s. Now, as usual, we're going to start with our news feed, which covers different hashtags and news items that have been trending online over the past 24 hours. Here in Korea, the country is on the brink of becoming a super-aged society where those aged 65 or older make up more than 20% of the population. According to the Interior Ministry, as of Wednesday, this demographic stands at 10.62 million people, representing 19.51% of the total registered population. Moving on the cultural front, K-pop girl group NewJeans has been officially appointed as the 2024 Korea Tourism Honorary Ambassador. Every year, the Culture Ministry and the Korea Tourism Organization select an ambassador to promote Korea and its culture to the world. Previous ambassadors include Emmy-winning actor Lee Jung-jae in 2023, BTS in 2022, and football star Son Heung-min in 2021. Finally, in sports news, there is a heated debate surrounding Hong Myung-bo, the new manager of the Korean men's national football team. Until yesterday, Hong was the head coach of Ulsan HDFC, a top team in the domestic K-League. His sudden departure mid-season has left many fans upset and feeling betrayed, with some calling him Pinocchio Hong and accusing him of being a liar. The controversy stems from Hong's previous statements where he assured fans that he wouldn't be considered as the national team coach position if more experienced and accomplished candidates were available. Now, this led to many believe that he was committed to staying with Ulsan HD. Adding fuel to the fire, Hong's final match as head coach ended in a disappointing 1-0 loss against Gwangju FC on Wednesday. So, to our panelists, I want to ask you guys, why are fans so infuriated, and do you share their sentiment too?
Sure, I do share their sentiments. KFA, the Korea Football Association, hadn't exactly been meeting Koreans' expectation. Now, fans have very high expectation nowadays. They're very, very enthusiastic, and they understand the sports and its procedure. Yet KFA hadn't been exactly clear, especially on choosing the manager for the national team. For past 5 months, they've been looking for a coach abroad, obviously, but they couldn't find anyone that fits, and one of the main problems might have been money issue, the budget-wise. And the president Jung Mong-gyu once said, even if I bring Alexander Ferguson, the legendary manager at the head coach at the Manchester United States, the people wouldn't be 100% happy. And after announcing that Hong Myung-bo is going to be the manager for the national team, Jung Myung-gyu strangely or miraculously disappeared again, and the KFA has just been busy praising Hong, why he should be the head coach of the national team. Just hoping that Hong is right for the job and, go take Warriors. Hopefully we can do well for the coming up World Cup.
Right, which will take place in 2026. Now, Sang-hyuk, where do you stand on this issue?
Well, I do agree with the fans' fury over, over Hong's movement to the global stage, because Hong was always committed to take part in the K-League instead of the global stage. But it seems somehow that Hong decided to return to the head coach position of the national soccer team for the Taeguk Warriors. But I do think that this criticisms over Hong is kind of overly heated right now, because the head coach position itself is like a poison chalice where you have to receive the criticism anyway until the scores turn out to be good in the actual game. And also I think it's actually the Korea Football Association that should actually be blamed of, because there has been numerous scandals and issues over the past years that the association has been selecting the players based on their family and school ties. So for now, I think the only way to reverse this negative sentiment is to show a good performance in the next World Cup, which will definitely turn the fans who have turned their backs against the national Taeguk Warriors. So I think that would be the only way to resolve this issue.
Right, so I think fans of both the Korean men's national team and fans of Ulsan HDFC all wish for the best for their players and the team. So we wish the best for both teams as well. Now, meanwhile, Ulsan HD has announced that assistant manager Lee Kyung-soo will step in as interim head coach while the club searches for potential candidates to permanently fill the head coach position. And that was our news feed for this Friday. So we're now going to move on to our main discussion of the day. As briefly mentioned yesterday when we talked about stress, today we're going to talk about a pressing issue affecting the younger generation, and that is hair loss. Take a look at the screen to find out more. A study from a Korean university released last month shows that 2 out of 3 men in their 20s and 30s believe they're experiencing hair loss. The same study also showed that 3 out of 4 men in this age group have bought a hair loss related product online. Is hair loss really this prevalent among young people, and what measures are they taking to address it? Right, so the statistics we just saw, they show that 2 out of 3 men in their 20s and 30s in Korea, part of the younger generation, are worried about hair loss. Now, both of our panelists, you guys are part of this generation. So is this something that you've noticed among your peers, or is hair loss something of an issue that you're concerned as well?
Well, I wish I could say no, but definitely yes.
Okay.
Yes, I could feel that many people these days are interested in preventing the hair loss. And although I don't use hair loss treatments or shampoos, I do take pills that prevent the hair loss. I started taking the pills in my late 20s when I first started my career as an interpreter, which was really stressful because I had a lot of work lists to do. And I was able to see strings of hairs always coming out whenever I took a shower. And my peers are also worried about getting bald, and so hair loss has become a national agenda. And many people insist that it should be subsidized by the government as well, since the price of these treatments are quite expensive. So to that end, local governments like Bucheon City and Seongdong-gu District are actually facilitating programs to support the youth with their hair loss.
I can definitely feel that this is becoming a pressing issue among the younger generation as well, because for one, the government has stepped in. It's trying to support hair loss treatment programs. And also, this is quite different from our parents' generation, because in the past, hair loss was sort of seen as an issue for older generations. But now it seems that younger people are facing this problem as well. So, Ki, as a millennial yourself, why do you think that more young people are concerned about hair loss?
Well, personally, this is very sad news, and it concerns me as well, of course, but mostly stress and what we eat. Because I also take the pills, and I go to the clinic to take care of it. It's not just the younger generation, but also for a lot of ladies are suffering from this hair loss. And especially for the hair or any sort of illness, stress simply doesn't help.
Definitely.
And now younger generations are worrying too much. They worry about their family, their life in general, about their job, about their relationship, everything. So according to the global analytic firm's Gallup, the emotional health index they conducted tells us that for last year, the world average was 37%, and South Korea stood at 39%. Meaning it was slightly higher than the international average. Also, what we eat has a huge impact, because nowadays a lot of people drink a lot of coffee, or they sometimes drink alcohol, which takes the water off from your body, of course, and a lot of greasy stuff, for example, like samgyeopsal, the pork belly, or hamburgers. So your dietary, your eating habit also does help, or it's not good for the hair health, of course.
I see. So we are currently taking a look at the pressing issue that's becoming bigger among the younger generation, which is hair loss, and some of the biggest factors that is causing hair loss among the younger generation. And to find out even more, we also asked our viewers if they're also worried about hair loss and what they think about baldness. And here's what 3 of them had to say. So if we look at the comments, Hey Bera says, I've had my own struggles with it. It's really tough and disheartening, especially when I've tried different shampoos and treatments without any success. As for male pattern baldness, I think it's largely genetic. In Bed with K-pop says, as a man in America who started experiencing this in my late 20s, there was definitely a negative difference in how I felt about my overall look. Although no one said anything to me when it started happening, once I decided to get treatment for it years later, people started telling me that I began to look attractive. Leon says, in some cultures, including parts of Asia, a full head of hair might be seen as a sign of youth, masculinity, and attractiveness. Male pattern baldness can lead to a loss of confidence or feelings of insecurity for some men. So we've just taken a look at different opinions and comments from our viewers. Now, to find out more about what's triggering concerns among the younger generation over hair loss and its solutions, we're now going to invite an expert to our talks right after this break. So today we're joined by Dr. Chang Sung-ho, Chief Surgeon at the Full Hair Treatment Clinic in Daegu City. Welcome, Dr. Chang, to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
It's lovely to have you. So our first question for you today, doctor, is are you actually seeing an increase in young people experiencing hair loss at your clinic?
Yes, we've observed an increase in young people experiencing hair loss at our clinic recently. It's becoming more common among our patients. Studies indicate that around 20% of men start experiencing hair loss by the age of 20, with the numbers rising significantly as they age. Women also report higher rates of hair thinning and loss, particularly in their late 20s and 30s. This trend can be attributed to lifestyle changes, increased stress, and environmental factors. The social and psychological impact on young people is significant, often leading to lower self-esteem and confidence issues.
Okay, Dr. Jung, maybe I should visit your clinic one day. Okay, so moving on to the next question. What do you think is actually causing this rise in young patients with hair loss? Is this something we're noticing in other parts of the world as well?
Hair loss in young people can be caused by a variety of factors. The primary cause is genetic predisposition, known as androgenetic alopecia. Hormonal changes, particularly those related to thyroid function, can also play a significant role. Additionally, lifestyle factors such as poor diet, high stress levels, and lack of sleep can contribute to hair thinning. Environmental factors like pollution and overuse of hair styling products also damage hair health. Finally, medical conditions such as alopecia areata and scalp infections can lead to hair loss. And similar trends are being observed worldwide, indicating that global phenomena like urbanization and shifts in dietary preferences may be contributing factors. Moreover, increased awareness and improved access to healthcare services may also be leading to more reported hair loss cases.
So, Doctor, thank you. And all the viewers, especially those who are suffering from hair loss, including myself, have the same question. What preventative measures do you recommend for hair loss, and what treatments are available for those who are already affected?
Preventing hair loss involves a holistic approach to health and wellness. Maintaining a balanced diet rich in vitamins and minerals, particularly biotin, zinc, and iron, is crucial for hair health. Managing stress through practices like meditation, yoga, and regular exercise can significantly reduce the risk of hair loss. Avoiding excessive use of harsh hair treatments and minimizing heat styling can also protect hair. Additionally, keeping the scalp clean and healthy is essential. Regular checkups to monitor hormonal levels and overall health can help detect potential issues early. For those already affected by hair loss, several effective treatments available for addressing hair loss. Topical treatments like minoxidil have been proven to stimulate hair growth and slow down hair loss. Oral medications such as finasteride are commonly prescribed for men and work by inhibiting the hormone responsible for hair loss. Low-level laser therapy is another option that can improve hair density. For those seeking permanent solutions, hair transplant surgery is highly effective. Moreover, alternative treatments like PRP, platelet-rich plasma therapy, are gaining popularity for their regenerative properties. Consulting with a dermatologist or a trichologist is essential to determine the most suitable treatment plan for your specific condition.
All right, that was Dr. Chang Sung-ho, Chief Surgeon at the Full Hair Clinic in Daegu. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. So as mentioned by Dr. Chang, it's really clear and evident that many young people are struggling with hair loss, with many people even visiting hair loss clinics. Now, I've heard that the younger generation are using a variety of methods to prevent hair loss. And for those who are already affected, they are taking matters into their own hands. They are actively seeking a treatment method. So Chang, what are some of the most popular and common approaches among our generation?
Yeah, recently I've heard that the wig industry is actually booming. There are even many young people who wear wigs at an early age because they experience this typical hair loss. And also there are some cancer patients who get to exposed to radiation during their therapies. And as I was researching on this topic, I found out that there are different types of wigs, from half wigs to hair extensions. And they also come in various styles and colors too. And the wigs are so meticulously designed these days that you don't actually know it's a wig until the person pulls it off. And these wigs cost from hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on their quality.
And now to you, Ki, I heard that the younger generation is also shifting towards treatment or hair transplants too as well.
Sure. The hair transplant surgery, like the doctor had mentioned before, it used to be very, very expensive, and now it's getting much cheaper and affordable nowadays. And there are two ways of actually doing it. One where you cut your back of your skin and pulling out the hair to transplant it. Which takes 3 or 4 days to recover and return to your daily routine. Or you can do not cutting your without incision, where you have to shave your entire back of your skin. So obviously it's going to take more time to come back to return to your daily routine, and it's way more expensive. And there's a lot of hair products, shampoos, ampoules, ointment types out there, but they're not all that effective as they promote it. So the best way, like the doctor said, is to go to the clinic and ask your doctor, the professional, and check your hair status and apply the right one. And because it's not covered by the insurance, some of them are very expensive, just letting you know that.
Right, we should definitely keep that in mind. And also getting advice from an expert or a professional is always really helpful. Now, before we wrap up today's discussion, is there anything that you guys would like to add on this topic? Because this is becoming a bigger concern, not only to males, but females like me too.
Yeah, so I have a friend who's working as a pharmacist, and he always mentioned that recovering hair loss is an uncharted path for the modern pharmaceutics. He also mentioned that hair loss treatment pills could bring potential side effects like prostatitis and hormone dysfunction. So I guess we have to bear that in mind before taking the pills. And there are many hair loss treatments launched in the market these days. And I think we should at least get advice from medical experts like Dr. Zhang before we actually buy them.
Right, because we want to know what kind of side effects might these treatments have, and also find what's most effective for each and every individual. Now to Yuki, any last comments that you'd like to add?
From the early 30s, I've been really taking care of my hair because my job is to be in front of the camera, obviously. So, and also the look is very important nowadays, right? Everywhere you go, when you're a job interview or you could go on a date. So for those dating agencies or matchmaking companies, they look at literally everything: your educational background, your family status, or how much money you make a year. And for a lot of companies, they put the hair loss as one of their criteria, so which is very important. But so many people are stressed about losing their hair. That includes me. But let me just remind you, like the doctor said, having enough sleep is a very important thing. And number two, drink a lot of water. And lastly, having less stress is the key to not having a hair loss.
Definitely. Having enough amount of sleep, having a healthy diet, and also, most importantly, stress management. Now, if you want to know more about the effective ways to manage or alleviate your stress, you can check out NewsGen's episode yesterday, which was on how millennials and Gen Zs take care of their stress in their own ways. Now, that's all the time we have for today, but as you know, NewsGen is here every day from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Korea time, bringing you more topics young people are talking about. Special thanks today to Im Sang-yeok.
My pleasure, as always.
And our new panelist, Ki Kim.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for watching, and hope you have a lovely weekend. We are News Generation.